Hi, my name is Azuka Obi. This is another Dragonfly production. This video is sponsored by Burger Shot. Today, I'm joined with
Georgina Kerford, this year's Miss Cayman Islands contestant number 3.
And today we're going to be doing a little interview, eating a little food, some fries, burgers, ketchup, you know the vibes, and yeah, that's about it. So my first question for you is, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a very bubbly, open, welcoming person, no judgment, all positive vibes. I try and always see the positive in everything, even if it is a negative situation. But overall, I want to be more involved in the community, or more than I already am, and get to know my fellow youth.
That's good. What made you decide to run for Miss Universe?
I decided to run for Miss Cayman Islands Universe as we don't see the young generation entering, we see the older women entering, which is not a bad thing. I just felt that this year, especially with COVID, mental health, depression, anxiety, they needed a young influencer who they can reach out to and understand. And for the woman who wins at the end, they get a scholarship as well, which would help me go overseas and pursue education, as I want to become a teacher hopefully, or a social worker, and be more involved with the community, make more content, be a creator, be a role model for Cayman and the females in this young community.
That's really good. Who is the person that you look up to the most?
I look up to my grandfather. Unfortunately, he passed away a couple years ago, but he was also very involved in the community. He always saw positives and everything. That's why I keep that. I remember that as him, and I want to keep that with me. He was the one in the family that made the family glue together. There's always that one person that if they weren't there, the family wouldn't be glued together.
100%.
So I look up to him, and hopefully I'm making him very proud.
I'm sure you are. What is your experience like being a contestant? Like, is it hard? Is it easy? It's okay to be honest.
As a contestant, you definitely have to be physically and mentally prepared. You're gonna have late nights, early mornings. You're gonna have people telling you one thing and another person you telling another. And someone gave me the advice, take compliments or criticism with a pinch of salt. If you don't feel comfortable with it, don't do it. You have to just really know who you are as well, which I've learned so much more about myself than I didn't know before. And I would say if you're not in the right mental state to do this, that you should enter not now. But it is so amazing. I've grown as a woman in the past 2 months. I've grown as an influencer. I've grown in so many ways. But you definitely have to be prepared for the long journey ahead.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any talents?
I am a dancer. I was a dance teacher assistant, and I taught a little bit on the side.
Give us a dance.
I was gonna say the same thing. You're lucky if you don't have space. I would have been like, show us the talent.
I can also stand on my toes without shoes, which is a pretty weird talent as well.
Wait, what?
Like, you know how point dancers actually have shoes? Ooh. I can do that without. And I'm also double jointed in my shoulder, so I can take my hands fully back without breaking.
Let's see.
If you let's see if I can turn. You're gonna have to get up for this. Oh. I can't do it right now, but I can. But I don't want to break it in this small. I need to cut that out, but I'll show you after.
Oh my gosh.
But
wow.
Yes, I love to teach dance, especially to young kids who are learning. I love Spanish music as well. Bachata and salsa is very sensual. The little yes. Ooh. And of course, dancehall and soca, you gotta have that.
You already know.
So, yes.
I think you're, well, do you have any role models? So I know you said that your grandfather is sort of the person you look up to, but do you have any role models, and who are they and why are they your role models?
I would say one of my role models is Michelle Obama, or both the Obamas in general, as they were, for me, one of the most memorable, president. I personally don't remember many before.
Yeah.
Or the current ones. But she's so empowering to women, and that was something that I think a lot of young females needed, especially in the US. And Obama was just such an open and kind and friendly man that you don't see that from many presidents or many higher up authorities, which I would like to be, well respected, but also known for being kind and generous for my community.
Yeah. So if you win Miss Universe Cayman.
Cayman Islands
Cayman
Universe.
Islands Universe.
Yes.
How do you think the island would respond or react to that?
I personally don't know the whole island. I would hope that they're happy, and I do want to make top 20, top 30 when I go overseas. But I do have a lot of supporters, especially the young, you know, in school still, and the young to like 30s.
Yeah.
I have those rooting for me.
30 is young, by the way.
Yeah,
30 is
40
young.
is still young too.
40
Like,
is young.
it's just the way you perceive it.
Exactly.
The way you perceive it. But I do have a lot of supporters, and I'm really excited. You know, we have 25 days left.
Oh, wow.
That's really, really close. So, voting is coming up. People's Choice is coming up. And I'm not sure how they're going to have it this year. With Miss Teen, they have a BIP app, I think.
Oh, yeah. Big up digital.
Yes. But that is also a big role. So I know, you know, taking 5 minutes out of your day just to vote for someone that can, you know, change a lot and help them. So please get ready to vote for People's Choice, you know.
If you got to choose any superpower, what would it be and why?
That's a really good question. I think it would either be to breathe underwater or to fly, because either one I could go to different destinations and see how people live and what they do, you know. If I could swim underwater, I could go all the way to Europe. Or if I could fly, I could fly all the way to Europe. Either one I can get to different destinations.
That's
pretty
a long flight though.
Well, if I swim, I can swim with sharks, and I can, you know, see what's under and find out what the rest of the ocean holds. Because they only have 5%, you know, known.
Right.
But technically speaking, if it's a superpower, there's no limit to how fast or slow you
Yes. I
Fair
could
enough.
be in Europe in 5 minutes. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
I'd be invisible.
Why would you be invisible?
So I could rob a bank and
Yeah,
nobody would
right.
know. They just see money walking out
Yeah.
Butterfield.
We're cutting that part.
Why?
But I think it'd be pretty cool to like fly or swim, because then you get to go to different places, see how they live, see different cultures. As I personally have only traveled once overseas.
For real?
Yeah, I've only gone to the UK and France in 2018, because I don't really count traveling to Little Cayman as off island.
True.
As
I was
a
just
sister
like,
island.
district,
Yes. But it was really cool. I got to go see definitely London and Manchester lived completely different than how we do here. It was such a different vibe. But I'm also thankful that I was brought up in this, you know, I learned manners at a very young age. And when you went overseas, and also in the Cayman community, you know, when you walk by someone, you say good morning,
Good morning,
or how are
yeah.
you? And when I went to London and I said good morning to people passing, they looked at me like I was insane.
Crazy, like, no
No.
brought up, see. It's crazy.
Not at all, but it would be really cool to see, you know, different lower income places and higher income places, how they live.
So, speaking about traveling, where is one place in the world that you would love to go?
I would love to go to Italy or Greece.
Why?
I love pasta. Casanova is one of my favorite places.
Not the pasta.
And I would love to actually just go see the culture, the history over there as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know, taste the actual pasta. You know, and Greece as well. They have so much history over there, and people live so differently. The way they dress, the way they speak, the way they approach things. It would just be amazing to see that side of the world.
For sure, for sure. And traveling also makes you learn about yourself as well, because again, we're from Cayman, right? So everything we know is small, tight. You know your neighbor, you know the person who lives down the road, stuff like that.
Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, and there's lots of diversity in countries outside of Cayman, even though Cayman itself is already so diverse. So traveling just makes you open to new cultures and stuff like that. So I would encourage anybody, if you have the opportunity, travel for sure. Don't just stay in Cayman.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, especially because I worked in a hotel for a while, and I was dealing with like Muslims and people who are vegan and not vegan, and they're different religions, and you have to be aware that you have to be careful what you say, because you don't want to offend someone's religion or the way they were brought up, because some people they were not brought up the way we were at all.
For sure.
And when I learned about that as a young age, I was like, that's so strange that you were taught this was a good thing when for us it's a bad thing, or vice versa. And you don't want to go to somebody else's country and be disrespectful or rude to them.
For sure.
And vice versa. Here we get people coming here and being rude to own Caymanians. I've experienced it myself.
Yeah, me too.
And I say, if you're coming to a country, learn and respect how they
Exactly.
live and how they do things over there. So,
Moral of the story, don't be ignorant. Take in other people's culture, for sure. There's a lot to learn. Would you rather change the past or change the future? And why?
either one you change would cause a big
But if you had
diversity.
to choose, if you had to choose.
I think it would be the future or present
Mm.
because everyone's saying everyone I know would always say past, and I know there's some bad things that I have in my past or things that I wish I could have done differently, but the things that were negative or bad made me to the person who I am today. And if I change some of those things, I don't know who I would be today.
100%. That's why I would say the same thing. Your
And with
past
the-
makes you who you are.
Yeah, like it really does. Because if you've had trauma or bad experiences, you grow as a person, and you never know what's gonna happen in the future.
For sure.
You just every decision you make leads
Affects
you
it.
down one
Yeah,
road,
no,
so
for
it
sure.
doesn't.
For sure. My last question for you is, if there's somebody watching back home, a little girl who wants to be the next Miss Universe Cayman in the
Miss
future.
Cayman Islands
Miss Cayman,
Universe.
I'm so sorry. Miss Cayman Islands Universe in the
Yes.
future. What is one piece of advice that you give to them?
The biggest thing that I would give to them is, especially in this day and age with social media, be yourself. Be happy with who you are, what you've done, especially your body, because these days people are just posting fake everything. They're always posting the happy parts of their life and not what is actually bothering them or truly going on in their lives. And models and other things are editing their photos. And for young girls to see that at such a young age, they'll look at their body and how they approach things and be like, oh, I'm not pretty enough for this. And for a young girl to say in her own head that she's not beautiful enough can damage someone. And vice versa for men as well. I know a lot of boys who are like, oh, I'm not buff enough or, strong enough, I'm skinny. I'm like, it doesn't matter. You are handsome and beautiful in your own way. You just have to love yourself for who you are and be proud of who you are as well and where you come from, because a lot of people are like, I'm Caymanian. I've seen some kids that are like, oh, I'm not proud to be Caymanian. And I'm like, why wouldn't you want to be proud? This is a beautiful island. We're safe. We're very diverse. We have so much talent. It's unbelievable. Why would you? I'm proud. Like 100%. Everywhere I go, I'm Caymanian, right?
For real. With the
that's the first
strongest
thing I lead
accent
off.
ever. For real. Big up 15032. Love your island. Love your island. No, but it's so funny that you say that as well, because somebody made a comment that the Miss Universe committee or Miss Teen committee? One of the committees, right? Mm-hmm. One of the things that they said was the committee isn't sort of like a beauty pageant. It's more of an uplifting thing. Mm-hmm. So they're not restricted to anybody. As in, any girl can join. Mm-hmm. Any girl can feel like a princess. Any girl can feel like they're beautiful because they are. So when I heard that, I fully respected it because, again, as you said, everybody's beautiful in their own way.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's your body. Some people are really creative with what they do, how they portray it. People just focus on your personality and your body, and that's not something that should be normalized.
Yeah.
Because I love some of the posts that people post about their stretch marks, which I find beautiful, by the way. I don't know why anyone would like to hide those.
Same with me.
Or your natural hair. Like, I went to some schools recently to read for the kids, and when it rained and stuff, and the girls would get upset that their natural curly hair, because they would blow dry it out, got wet. They would be upset that their hair went back to this natural form. I'm like, you should embrace that you have this. You can do so many different cool textures and hairstyles with it. You should be proud to have that, and especially in Cayman, they see everyone should have straight hair. They don't want to see the big, afros and the beauty of it, that culture, and we need to see more of that, definitely.
For sure. Even dreads, big up all my dreadheads too.
Yes. And as well with the 1503, I want to get one of those. But I've also done on my personal social media, every Friday is History Friday, because I feel that young Caymanians and old Caymanians don't really know a lot about the history of Cayman. I did last Friday, what is the national animal? Do you guys know?
Cayman parrot?
Yes.
Oh, big up. Why did I?
But like, I
Nice
had the
mosquitoes.
Cayman parrot, the Cayman blue iguana, and the Cayman turtle, and a lot of people thought it was either the turtle or the iguana. They didn't know it was a parrot. And that really shocked me because we don't...
Wait, for real?
Yes!
What primary school these people
I
went to?
had probably like 23 people picking the Cayman parrot and over 100 plus people picking the other two.
That's so outrageous.
So
That's the same thing with 1503 because when I started, right?
you said if you
everybody-
don't know what this means,
I
you're
was
not
like-
Caymanian.
That's why I said I was like, how do you live in Cayman and you don't know what 1503 means? Like, it's one of the first things that you learn in primary school.
But see, they don't teach that either. Like, we learn about, like, you know, World War I and World War II, which is essential.
Yeah.
But for me, when I was in high school and primary school, I didn't learn about Cayman history
100%.
until we had, the Cayman History Day where the old lady would come and show us how to
Yeah,
thatch, you
no,
know.
for real.
But that's all we learned. And I feel that we need to learn, like, you know, where our ancestors came from, how we developed so much, how we are such a well-known place now. And I'm so proud and surprised by how much attention I'm getting from it, and shocked that people don't know about history.
No, for real. And something that stood out that you said earlier is that you wanted to be a teacher.
Yes.
And also that you're Caymanian. Me personally,
You
I
don't
can
see
I can
many.
literally count. I probably only had 3 Caymanian teachers in my whole from primary all the way
to
up.
A levels,
3,
yep.
which is concerning to me because having a Caymanian teacher, students are able to resonate with somebody that they relate to who's just like them too. Especially learning Cayman history is also very important because that's not being taught in high schools. I mean, it wasn't taught in my high school.
Neither was mine.
We stopped learning about Cayman history probably like year 3 in primary school too.
I don't think I was ever taught about it.
That's
like,
crazy.
no.
Also, I was gonna say, shout out your Instagram so that they know where to find you because that Cayman history on Friday. That is
I saw
very
some
good.
of your responses as well, and I was shocked because I've had my Instagram is Georgina._K. Like it's _, not the other way around. But I also had who discovered Cayman first, and people were shocked about that as well.
Who did they
And
say?
I can't remember. I have them. You know what? Let me. I have History Friday right here on mine. I had. Oh, what did Christopher Columbus name the island? So I had the Turtle Bay, Las Tortugas, or the Caymans. And guess which one got the highest vote?
Which one?
The Caymans. The Caymans got over
I need to
500
leave this
people
place.
voting for that. And then the next one I did is what's Cayman National's flower? Do you guys know?
Wild banana orchid.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I had yellow banana orchid, wild banana orchid, fire star orchid, and another orchid, just a random orchid. And a lot of people thought it was yellow banana orchid because the actual flower has the color yellow.
Who is teaching our children?
So,
This is not good.
but it's the little things that our
Yeah.
own youth and Caymanians, I have grown adults on my Instagram as well that don't know
Don't know,
history.
yeah.
And if they go around to different countries and are saying that the national animal is a turtle when it's not,
That is
and
so
they come here and learn about that's kind of,
Yeah,
you
conflicting.
know,
No, for sure. And then the last thing to wrap up. I think you had said that people don't want to be Caymanian or they don't want to identify with their Caymanian. People take being Caymanian for granted,
They do.
as you said earlier. And I feel like even me, I took it for granted before I went to England. And I went there and I came back and I was just like, yo, I don't ever want to leave this place again. And I feel like a lot of people resonate with that as well because they realize how easy, how good we have it over here compared to other countries as well. Like, even though, again, a lot of Caymanians find it hard to get jobs here compared to other countries, it's like we have it 10 times easier for sure.
And as well with that, I think a lot of the youth, I remember being like 15 and I was like, I want to get off this island. I want to get off. And then when I went, I was like, no, same reaction with you. I was like, no, I'm coming back. But I feel that, like you said, I encourage everyone to go because it makes you so thankful and grateful for where you are. 100%. And I also got questions like, if you could talk to the president overseas or to a higher person, what was something you say? And right now, you know, we're in COVID, we're still dealing with it. It's been over a year.
Yeah.
And I would say, look, Cayman, we had COVID, but now we're free. Look at what we did. Yes, for the bigger countries, it's going to be a lot harder to lock down.
For sure.
But we as a Caymanian community, it was struggling. There were people struggling. Yes, a lot of people still haven't found jobs, but we were able to lock down and come out and look at all of us thriving. We had a gay pride, a K-Mass. No place could do that right now.
Ever.
No place could do that right now. And so many people are safer here than anywhere else.
For sure.
So I am blessed and thankful to be right here in my home.
For real.
Because I know I've had friends overseas that have caught it, or family who have passed away. And the friends who are in England right now studying, like you have, they said you don't ever get your taste back or senses back.
Yeah.
And it really does affect you, like mentally and physically. And I pray no one else gets it. Like
For real.
But yeah. But we all need to be smart how we move, because this is gonna become a new normal. Like, it's not going away anytime soon. We just have to be, you know, careful in what we do and how we approach things.
Yeah,
So.
for sure. Well, with that being said, thank you so much.
Even got
yeah,
to
we didn't
our
even.
burgers.
The conversation was so good, we didn't even get to touch our burger shop.
It's probably cool now though.
For real. No, but thank you so much for talking with me in this interview. Again, big up to our sponsors, Burger Shack, for the food. Thank you so much.
We're gonna down this down right now.
Trust me, we're going to eat it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave a like below, comment, subscribe.
Voting
everything.
soon as
Vote
well.
For Georgina.
Yes.
Um,
And as well, like, I am ready to meet people. You can message me on what you want to see from the next Miss Cayman Islands Universe, what you want me more involved in, what you think could help, especially in the education system, what you guys think we should add, because I want to bring more trade schools, what we should take away. Any ideas, please reach out to me and let me know. Hopefully you guys can tag my Instagram,
yeah, for sure.
whatever.
We'll have it in the video.
I am ready to hear all the thoughts with the Cayman youth and what we need to do to improve Cayman and make it even better. Yes.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.